Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Amol Kolle. I am from College Dunia team. First of all, thank you so much giving us opportunity to interview under the campaign Thoughts on Education by College Dunia. So while starting with the interview, can you introduce yourself in brief?
Yeah. My name is Dr. Keshav Sathaye. I am working as head of the department, Journalism and Mass Communication Department of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth for last 4 years. I did my PhD in Media Management from University of Pune in 2003. Basically, I am a media practitioner. I worked with Mumbai Doordarshan for 4 years.
Okay.
And then I joined educational television as a producer, and I worked there for 22 years, and I have produced programs for children for rural Maharashtra. While doing that, I was teaching in Ranade Institute of Pune University, Marathwada College, and even many colleges in Maharashtra. I have written a book on broadcast journalism and digital media, which was published by Diamond Publication in 2010, and that has been well received by the students across Maharashtra and across the country. So basically, in my personality, there is a combination of a practitioner and academician.
Okay. So my next question is, you have held key positions at Education Institute throughout your professional career. So what keeps you connected with the education sector, and how has your experience been so far with this institute?
Yeah, very good question. Basically, education is my passion because when I joined Doordarshan, I joined the section of educational television. So my career started with education. Of course, the teaching to students of standard from 5th, 6th and 8th. When I was working with Balchitravani, that was for primary students, but definitely the core subject was education. And education and media was the focal thing and focal activity of entire of my career. So while doing my PhD, I selected educational television as my major subject, and I researched a management in educational television sector across the country and suggested many solutions to make it viable. I did got an opportunity to teach television subject, media management. So in a way, education, television, educational television, academics in television are all subjects which are very close to my heart.
Okay. Okay. So nice to hear that, sir. My next question is, being the HOD of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Pune, what are your roles and responsibilities towards the students?
Yeah. The major responsibility is to deliver students what they want, number one. Another thing, deliver the student what they should get. Because what they want sometimes is different than what they should get. Because as an educationist, as an academician, we have some set theory that students should get these skills, students should know these area of subjects. So we concentrate on that. So our first aim is, our first clientele is student. Number two, as you know that media industry is so vast and developing day by day. You might be knowing that the turnover per year of media industry is more than 2 lakh crore rupees. Of course, it includes film, television, new media and all. But when we are teaching all those subjects in our department, it is our duty to make them industry ready. So our first aim is to make them industry ready. Second aim, to give them an atmosphere which would be suitable for them when they actually work. Because sometimes it happens that they get a training on a very low end equipment, and when they go in the industry, they find something different. So we tried to make it that everything they learn here, they can take it as it is in the industry. So they get a confidence, and even the employer knows that students know very better and good things in media industry.
Okay, sir. So my next question is, what do you see as the greatest strengths of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Pune. What are the greatest strengths?
Yeah, understand. Basically, media education is a very different type of education. Media education comparatively new in the India sector. Because journalism department also started in 1970 or something. So we have got a history of just 50 years of print journalism and 20 years history of television journalism and 10 years history of new media journalism. So it's a very new area. So pedagogy for this is a very peculiar way how to teach these subjects. Because you cannot teach these subjects like mathematics or history. Because the practical is involved. So the most salient feature of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth Mass Communication Department that these degree courses are practical oriented.
Yep.
We have more practicals, and not just we have to say practical. The practicals having a major objectives, very stringent objectives, and they are linked with the skills they should adopt. So we have got a very good infrastructure. We have got a big studio of multi-camera setup. We have got a very good sound studio at Tilak Maharashtra in the city, where we teach them a sound design courses. In our studio, we teach them broadcast journalism, television production, film studies. We have got a film club. We call different types of faculties who are very clever and we have their name in that field. So getting information and guidance from those faculty is very important. And most importantly, every day, even every week we can say that we see how they are growing. Because this is a communication field. This is a current affairs field. This is the day-to-day life field. So we see that students are growing exactly in the direction in which they should go. And this responsibility is the responsibility of the HOD of the department.
Okay. So, sir, my last question in this interview. Any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Yeah. As far as this media field is concerned, I would like to tell them 2-3 things which I have observed in last 10-15 years. That most of the things think that this is a very publicity-oriented field, this is a very glamorous field. Yes, it is a glamorous field, but you won't glamour overnight. You have to learn things, you have to practice them, you have to commit many mistakes and come out of that mistakes by doing better things day by day. So developing yourself, developing your oratory skill, developing your communication skill, developing your technological skill, developing your aesthetic values, aesthetic vision is most important. So if you want to come this field, you should be on toes every day. You should be able, you should have a curiosity to know. You should have curiosity to people. You should have curiosity for the society around you. If you got this, we are there to teach you. We are there to impart knowledge. And I am sure you will be successful definitely in your future.
Okay. So thank you so much, sir, for being the part of this campaign, Thoughts on Education by College Dunia. And thank you so much again for sharing your valuable knowledge.
Thank you. Thank you very much.